completely free to use. I download Google Photos and I invite Xavier to one of the folders where I'm choosing not only photos that I've created and curated, where I'm the model, the photographer, the makeup person, the clothing person, the designer, the curator, the producer, everything, but also hashtags, captions,
poems, verses to songs, etc. and so forth. I send all this. It takes me about 2 hours to compile all of this content from off of the 9,000 photos I have on my phone. And I create a file folder on Google Photos, and I put all of these photos into it, and someone in my phone, nefariously, because I've given no one permission to access my phone, prevents me from sharing them with Xavier. So they're basically taking every technological intervention that they can take to prevent me from being productive on this coffee table book. They are stopping me dead in my tracks from reaching the next step of publication in this coffee table book. Now, this is my second book that I'm working on. My first book is 425 pages handwritten, because I sat down every day that I was in my apartment at Montclair, or every other day, with my keyboard and my laptop, and tried typing chapter after chapter, only to go back and review the chapter I had just written and find that it was completely inverted. That someone had intentionally hacked through my laptop, changed sentences out of order, deleted entire paragraphs, and when you read it back from what I have handwritten, you can see that it makes no sense. It makes no sense at all whatsoever. It's not what I wrote nor what I typed. I did that for 3 months, typing and retyping and retyping. I got nowhere. Nowhere. In 424 handwritten pages. I have it with me. I carry it around with me everywhere I go. Back and forth, back and forth. I carry this 424-page novel with me. So I figured, okay, they're preventing me from publishing that novel. Let me go ahead with the coffee table book. I've been working on this book for 6 years. There are photos that I took in 2016 and 17 that I want to include in this publication. That's a problem for them too. Now they're in my phone, preventing me from going to the next step on that. So what isn't going to be a problem for these people? And who the fuck are these losers that have nothing to do with their time, have no passions, no interests of their own to develop or work on, that their number one hobby and favorite pastime is sabotaging people who are productive? What's going on? Who's in charge here? And how do I talk to them face to face? Because I've been filing police reports up the There is no way to communicate how many police reports I have. I could not count them if I tried. Could not. Between online filing, in-person filing, phone call filing, emailing straight up between detectives and I, emailing judges' chambers, it's got to be more than 1,000 at this point. I filed a civil rights appeal to the DOJ. 4 hours after I submitted it, it was denied. I'm sorry, I've been being raped, beaten, bludgeoned, stabbed, robbed, and in 4 hours, the DOJ was able to review my request and say, no, we're not going to look into this? Doubtful. Highly doubtful. So, who, as I said, benefits from causing this tremendous amount of turmoil in my life, and why? I can't think of anyone. I don't have any enemies. If you hate me, you're alone, my nigga, because I don't hate you. I don't even know you. I get along with everybody. I have no problems anywhere I go. I go here, I go there, I go every fucking where, and I get along with everyone. You know why? Because I don't fuck with anyone unless they push me in a corner and leave me no choice. Why would anyone have a problem with me? I go around places. I spend money in neighborhoods. I encourage others to do the same. If I see a hungry motherfucker and I have extra, I share. I mind my own business. I don't wonder what other people are doing. I don't trick on people. I don't talk about other people's business, as I said before. I talk about what I have done and am involved in, and that's it. If someone is involved in a project with me, a collaboration with me, and their name comes up, it's not on the record.
It's between my husband and I when we're sitting privately by ourselves in the tent. I don't go on and on and on talking about what other
people do because I don't care. I don't care. What I do care about is when other people begin getting in my way on purpose so that I can't move on to the next stage in my life.
My children are affected. My loved ones are affected. My friends and family are affected. That's a problem for me. That's a big fucking problem for me, as I'm sure
it would be for any one of you. Let me ask, who is gonna lose money out of their pocket if I create a coffee table book? Who is gonna lose sleep if I start selling fine art for Xavier? Because I've also done that. I've also created an entire email campaign in a matter of one day, outlining Xavier, his experience, the piece of art that he's submitting, numerous attempts to collaborate as
staging of fine art, meaning finding people, real estate agents who are selling beautiful homes, large homes, small homes, tanning salons, nail salons, hair salons, any kind of business that deals with aesthetics, and offering them the opportunity to host his art for free so that if it sells, he can make a commission and they can make a commission off of the art. I do all of this in 3 days.
It's not a coincidence that I'm not rich. I know what to do. I'm not making money right now because someone is standing in my way from doing so. Is that the kind of country you want to live in? You want to live in a country where you could be intelligent, gifted, dedicated, and some fucking loser sitting at home on their computer can decide, I don't like Heather, so she doesn't get to work today, and go into my phone and shut up. My Google Photos and shut up my Google Documents and rearrange my novel? You want to live in that world? I don't. No matter what's going on, I tell them have a great day in school. I love you. Please try to call me when you get out. Whether they answer or not, I send the same message every morning. I leave a voicemail for my youngest when her father doesn't pick up the phone. I don't talk to anyone other than Xavier. Social interaction has become fearful. I don't want to be bludgeoned by a stranger. I don't want to be stabbed anymore. I don't want to be ignored systemically. I went to go to the courthouse last week to file an additional petition. It would be my 8th in 3 years. And they made me someone put something in my McDonald's. I got a big breakfast for Xavier and I immediately began throwing up blood. Explains anything to me. No one tells me what's going on or what I should do.
I've not given anyone permission to use my content for movies or anything creative. I'm not an actress. I'm not putting on a show. So make it make sense. As I said before, go back to 2020 and watch all my live videos, starting with the One Heather GEE account. How many years can I be held against my will and abused before someone steps in and says enough is enough? I'm a good person. Not only am I a good person, I'm cool as fuck. I'm cool to chill with. I'm cool to talk to. I'm not judgmental. Just keep your shit away from me. Keep your shit away from me, far away. Get out of my way. So we start working on the coffee table book, right? And I can't get him any of the content. So I figure, okay, cool. I'm not gonna let one little bump in the road ruin my day, right?
You share all your photos. You can't send me the link unless you share all your photos.
No, I did that and it still wouldn't let me share my link. So I say, okay, you know what? I haven't done a maternity shoot professionally. I've only done maternity shoots like spur of the moment, like in what I'm wearing, you know, taking a picture in the mirror of the bathroom, or I took one, you know, by Belmont Harbor where I was like, oh, 23 weeks, whatever. It's the end of my second trimester, the beginning of my third trimester. I want to do a photo shoot. So I tell Xavier, I haven't had money to buy myself pants. I've been wearing the same 3 pairs of pants my entire pregnancy. So I got a little money and I told him I'm gonna go take out a couple dollars and buy myself a pair of pants and something cute and do a maternity photo shoot. When my big kids were little, social media wasn't what it was. And I didn't have the capacity to do a maternity photo shoot. I barely have any photos. I think I have 4 photos from when I was pregnant with my big kids, with Viviana, Lewis, and Alexis. So I wanted to do something special. It's the end of my second trimester. I've been being held outside in a tent. I haven't slept indoors since February 15th of 2023. We're in November 15th, 2023. I'm not an animal. So I'm already upset about the photo thing and the coffee table book issues that we've been having. It's frustrating. It's like 4 days of trying to share him these photos and not being able to. And like I said, hours and hours of me going through the content and gathering and organizing and getting my phone together and making space in my storage and doing all this stuff, and they just dead stop me from doing any of my projects. So I changed my mind. I'm like, okay, you know what? This is not a detour. I mean, this is not a dead end. This is a detour. And I'm gonna do this maternity photo shoot today, and then maybe tomorrow Google Photos or Docs or whatever will be working, right? Go to the store, try to get a little tiny bit of the money that I have out, and they refuse to allow me to get the money out. So that's all in like side of 1 hour, right? On top of that, it's incredibly frustrating to pack up the cart that we have where we push all of our belongings back and forth 20 to 40 miles minimum a month. It's frustrating. So they won't give me any of my money out. We're hungry. We're both irritated. There's this energy. It's just a terrible vibe. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it all. They're not gonna let me take out cash. I can't use my card at Marshall's. Let's just go. It's a link card from the state of Illinois. Since I've been pregnant, I was allowed emergency cash assistance. At Jewel, Target, Walmart, you can do cash back and get $40 out, $60 out, and buy whatever you need. Shelter, utilities, clothing, whatever. They literally tell me, nope. Yeah, you have the money in your account, you can't take it out. I'm not gonna argue with the lady at Jewel about it. She doesn't know anything, right? The state is saying, yeah, it's there. I don't know why they wouldn't let you take it out. It's nefarious. It's whoever the fuck is in my phone not allowing me to use Google Docs. It's whoever the fuck is in my phone not allowing me to use Google Pages. It's whoever is following me around, stalking me. It's whoever is putting in my panties white marks where my butt goes and where my vagina goes so that I'm scared that I got raped. I didn't get raped. We were in our tent with the lock on. Unless someone literally floated through the wall, I didn't get raped. So who the fuck, when we're walking away from where our tent is and our belongings are to go get food at Jewel across the street, is gonna go in my pants and put marks in them? What a sick fucking individual to make me feel as though I've been sexually assaulted. That's disgusting. That's fucking sick. That's sick. That is criminal. Like Class X style. And the fact that there are so many people involved, that is RICO, baby. RICO. You want to talk about gang members getting charged with RICO? Why don't you look at yourselves, whoever you are? I know you're supposedly the authority, right? Or so you like to present yourselves.
You could get hit with that same RICO that you want to hit the streets with. I mean that shit with my entire heart and soul. Wait, so I give up on the idea of getting the money out for the photo shoot. I decide, let's just go. Xavier's father calls
And he tells him he's going to buy an NFT from him. And that he's going to give him cash. Don't trip on the money that's, stuck in the account right now. I got you money. So, okay, we're going to walk the 10 miles back downtown.
right? From Portage Park. We start walking towards Portage Park. Some motherfucker in a 4-door red sedan comes flying down the street at Xavier. He's balancing a bicycle and all of our luggages on a cart, and this man swerves like he's gonna run straight into Xavier and knocks everything down into the street, into 6 lanes of traffic at Irving Park and right there where you turn into the Jewel. There's 6 lanes right there because it's 2 lanes going forward and then the turning lane on each side.
Knocks everything over onto the floor, all of our stuff. You've got to be kidding me. This is not random.
And my new bike.
This is not, and his new bike. He's so happy, proud of this bike. I don't know, a sponsor gave it to him in River Grove. That's not the point. The point is, we have people who care for us and sponsor us and make sure we don't miss a meal. Where the fuck do they go when these other people start swarming around and fucking doing this? Where are all the people who know what's going on, who have known for 4 years? Where are they? We sit there for about 2 hours trying to minimize our stuff, repack the entire cart.
Now it's 5 p.m. and I've been doing nothing but trying with my energy and effort to get out of there since 9 a.m. this morning. Do you know how frustrating that is? It's fucking terrible.
And I go live on YouTube because I like to do lives on YouTube because YouTube, unlike Insta, it gives you the ability to make individual content private as opposed to your whole page private. So I can have my page public and have all my lives private. So I can go on there and have a breakdown, have witnesses watch, while I'm going live. And then I could turn it on private so that when I need to reference it for court or legal reasons, I have everything there. There's no storage on
My phone, I don't have to save it on my phone. I've got it on YouTube, right? And it's private so that no one needs it. So I do this live on YouTube. I'm updating everyone. I'm like, okay, I'm going to wipe away my tears again, even though, I have no understanding of what the fuck is going on.
And I'm just going to keep going. Everything's okay, right? Everything's okay. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. And the comments that I'm reading from YouTube, they hurt me. I'm only human. I'm a nice girl. I would not say this shit to my worst enemy, let alone to someone minding their own business, focused on their own self-development and growth, etc. and so forth.
So it's bothering me, and they're replaying in my mind all these lies about me. And you know what's happening to my self-worth? I'm starting to question, am I disgusting? Do I deserve this? Do I deserve to be raped? Do I deserve to be kept outside in a tent? Is my family better off without me?
And then I'm telling myself, Heather, shut the fuck up. How dare you? You are a strong bitch. Don't you dare do that. Don't you dare.
And no matter how much I try to redirect my energy and attention, these comments are just replaying like a song that is stuck in your head that you can't get out. And I start going over every single thing I've ever done that could be possibly considered rude
or mean. And I'm thinking to myself, did I do enough to apologize? What's wrong with me? Would they be better off if I wasn't here anymore? And when you start really asking
yourself that question, there's a problem, So I get off of social media and the comments are just pouring into my mind like a broken record. And so I start reciting, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven.
Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever and ever. Amen. And I just say that over and over and over in my head for the first 15 minutes, and then out loud for the next hour. And we walk 5 miles, and the whole time I'm just reciting that over and over and over and over and over. And I keep on telling myself, deliver us from evil, on earth as it is in heaven. Deliver us from evil. And I'm saying the whole thing, but those two phrases, those two sentences, they're just sticking out to me, And I'm getting irritated by other things, but I just keep saying it over and over and over and over. And I don't know, what's going to happen with me in the future. I don't know if I'll ever get my coffee table book done. But right now, I just have to be worried about being okay right now. And so saying that to myself, reminding myself of that over and over and over, it makes me okay right now. And when I'm about to lose all of my faith and give up completely, my baby moves around inside of my tummy and reminds me, like I said before, you're alive. You may have lost a lot, but you're alive. Your life is yours still. You're alive. And there's a baby inside you that's alive. And there are 3 children that no matter how old they get or how far they seem will always be your responsibility, Heather. And so you don't give up. And so if you're feeling like being an asshole today, I just want to remind you to ask yourself, what's your impact? What's your impact on yourself? What's your impact on your target? What's your impact on the world? Make sure that the energy that you're expending, make sure that the person you're breaking down, make sure that the disgusting filth you're saying and thinking and communicating to others is having a positive impact on yourself, the world, the people around you. Make sure that if your daughter, your wife, your husband were on the receiving end of all the hatred that you're giving out, that you'd be okay with it. You want your mom, pretend that you're my children for 5 minutes. Are you okay? I don't know what your problem is with me. I don't know what I've done to offend you, but I know that I don't deserve any of this shit. So, as your comments come flooding back into my head by the thousands, and I pray that I'm not actually getting raped, that it's someone just playing a mean trick on me again and again. And I pray that the United States government has not been taken over, and that there's some reasonable explanation for why law enforcement has not responded to any of my hundreds of police reports and petitions. But in reality, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know how any of this is legal, and I'm scared. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a great night. And keep the faith. And when all of this evil and filth and disgust starts creeping into your mind, chanting. You don't have to say what I said. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever and ever. Amen. You could say whatever you want, but that's what's been helping me. So, have a good